Come on in. Let me know if you need anything.
I don't think you were followed. Come on, I have a plan. I figured out how we're going to get you into the Thalmor embassy. That would be a bad idea. I'd be too likely to attract the wrong kind of attention. But they don't know you at all yet. The Thalmor ambassador, Elenwen, regularly throws parties where the rich and connected cozy up to the Thalmor. I can get you into one of those parties. Once you're inside the embassy, you can get away and find Elenwen's secret files. I have a contact inside the embassy. He's not up for this kind of high-risk mission, but he can help you. His name is Malborn. Wood Elf. Plenty of reason to hate the Thalmor. You can trust him. I'll get word for him to meet you in Solitude at the Winking Skeever. You know it? While you're doing that, I'll work on getting you an invitation to Elenwen's little party. Meet me at the Solitude stables after you've arranged things with Malborn. Any questions?
Huh?
You've been a good friend to me. That means something.
I'm a little busy.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds. Breton, what do you need? Really? You're who she picked? Well, here's the deal. I can smuggle some equipment into the embassy. Don't plan on bringing anything else in with you. The Thalmor takes security. Give me what you can't live without, and I'll make sure to get it into the embassy. The rest is up to you. You're asking me? She promised that she was sending someone who... If you actually want to get out alive, I'd bring whatever you need to move quietly and kill quickly. Okay, I'll get this inside the embassy for you. I've got to go. I'll find you at the party. Don't worry. Your job is to get into the party without being fingered as a spy. I'll take care of the rest.
Divines bless you.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions. Really? We aren't interested in seeing all that. Oh, what delight. Another charming customer. Take a look. Finally.
Divine smile on you, friend.
I'm right behind you. I will be back at your house if you need me, Thane.
Have you given Malborn the gear you want to smuggle into the embassy? Good. I have your... But the only way you're going to get past the guards is if they really believe... Which means you need to look the part and not be armed to the teeth. When you're ready, I'll keep the rest of your gear safe until... You'll only have what Malborn smuggled in for you, plus whatever... You can't go to a party at the Thalmor embassy dressed like that. I guess that will have to do. You should pass. Ready to board the carriage to the embassy? Don't worry. Just make sure. Good luck.
Fellow latecomer to Element's little soiree. And arriving by carriage, no less. I salute you, lady. My lateness is due more
Welcome to the Thalmor Embassy. Your invitation, please. Thank you, Mom. Go right in.
Now then, here's my invitation. I don't have a poison dagger.
Welcome. I don't believe we've met. I am Elenwen, the Thalmor ambassador to Skyrim. And you are? Ah, yes. I remember your name from the guest list. Please, tell me more about yourself. What brings you to this... to Skyrim? What is it, Malborn?
It's just that we've run out of the Alto wine. Do I have your permission to uncork the Arinthia Red?
Of course. I've told you before not to bother me with such trifles.
Yes, Madam Ambassador.
My apologies. We'll have to get better acquainted later. Please, enjoy yourself.
If your eyes and your ears are open, and your mind is free of judgment and expectation, You might learn much in this chamber. Fair faces and fine food are well and good, but honesty is rarely so. There are words spoken and words unspoken. Beware these Thalmor, for they are adepted. For this reason, I avoid them when I can. May wisdom light your path.
I wasn't expecting to see you here. I assume you have your reasons. Everyone does. That's putting it mildly. The Thalmor invite me here to remind everyone that they can tell the Empire. I would refuse, but I don't want to jeopardize the peace between us. Elenwen is a formidable woman. She lacks for neither cunning nor ambition. Now that I think of it, she would have made a fine Imperial general. Keep an eye on these Thalmor, you never know.
What can I get for you? You made it in. Good. As soon as you distract the guards, I'll open this door and we can get you on your way. Let's hope we both live through this day. Here you go, ma'am. The fine... Is there anything else I can get for you? Of course. I'll be waiting by the door for everyone to be distracted.
For the man who knows how to make money, war can be a most profitable
This gathering
venture.
is nothing more than a boast. The Thalmor are reminding us that we're at their beck and call. Not well at all, and I'm happy to keep it that way. That woman and her Thalmor justiciars have... I am not. I have no more... What is more, there's every chance I'll return to find a pile of smoking ash where Whiterun once stood.
The hospitality of the Thalmor Embassy is at your service.
The Great War is long past. It's time the Empire and the Aldmeri Dominion.
What does
put
a fellow
aside
need
their
to do to get a
differences.
drink around
Prosperity
here?
is good for everyone.
Ah, pardon me, friend. Allow me to introduce myself. Rosalan, imports and exports by trade. Observer of human nature. Ah, the one generous soul among... If there's anything I can ever do for you, do not hesitate to call upon me. Wonderful. I can begin to repay your generosity. Is that all? Stand back and behold my handiwork. Attention, everyone. Could I have your attention, please? I have an announcement to make. I propose a toast to Elenwen, our mistress.
What are you
I
doing?
speak figuratively, of course. Nothing could be more unlikely than that someone would actually want her in their bed. Although, most of you are already in bed with
Let's go. Let's go. Before anyone notices us.
Figuratively, of course. Fine, fine. Get your hands off me. I'll be a good boy now. Wouldn't want to offend our Thalmor overlords, would we? Someone bring me a drink, quick.
So far, so good. Let's hope nobody saw us slip out. We need to pass through the kitchen. Your gear is hidden in the larder. Just stay close and let me do any talking. Got it? Follow me.
Who comes, Malvern? You know I don't like strange smells in my kitchen.
A guest feeling ill. Leave the poor wretch be.
A guest? In the kitchens? You know this is against the rules.
Rules, is it, Savani? I didn't realize that eating moon sugar was permitted. Perhaps I should ask the ambassador.
Get out of here. I saw nothing.
Your gear is in that chest. I'll lock the door behind you. Don't screw this up. I need to lock the door behind you, or the patrols might notice something's wrong. Good luck.
Did you see those robes
You're on your
marching
own
this
now.
morning? Who are they with? More of the emissaries' treaty enforcers? No, they're high mages, just in from Alinor. I guess herself is finally getting worried about all the dragon attacks. Ah, good. I've been wondering. We were supposed to defend this place from a dragon. If a dragon does show up, maybe we'll get lucky. The mage is first. Might give us enough time to kill it. Never should have come here.
I need that money. I earned it. I have... my own expenses. Silence.
Do not presume, Gisser. You are more but what was that?
I told you. I don't know anything else about it. What? Who? What do you want then? Yeah. Come on, this way. I've seen the guards use it to get rid of bodies. It must lead somewhere. I damn well hope so. If it helps you twist them up, they're after some old... I've seen a guy in not much to go on. I don't even know where he... That's it? Now, let's get out of here. Whatever you want. But let's go, now.
Listen up, spy. You're trapped in here, and we have your accomplice. Surrender immediately, or you die.
Never mind.
Silence,
I'm dead
traitor.
already.
Move.
Enough!
You're dead.
Help! I'm being attacked!
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
You made it out alive, at least. Your gear's safe in my room. Did you learn anything useful? Really? That seems hard to believe. You're sure about that? Esbern? He's alive? I thought the Thalmor must have got him years ago. That crazy old man. Figures the Thalmor would be on his trail, though, if they were trying to find out what's going on with the dragons. You mean aside from wanting to kill every blade they can lay their hands on? Esbern was one of the Blade's archivists, back before the Thalmor smashed us during the... He knew everything about the ancient dragon lore of the Blades. Obsessed with it, really. Nobody paid much attention back then. I guess he wasn't as crazy as we all thought. Ironic, right? The old enemies assume that every calamity must be a plot. Even so, we've got to find Esbern before they do. Do they know where he is? Riften, eh? Probably down in the Ratway, then. You'd better get to Riften. Ask around the Ragged Flagon in the Ratway. Oh, and when you find Esbern, if you think I'm paranoid, you may have some trouble. Just ask him where he was on the 30th of Frostfall. You'll know what it means.
Stop! someone there?
Something I can help with, or do you just want to talk?
It's been a long time since anyone joined us. Seems like people are in a rush to leave. Lot of people looking for him. Don't know his name, but he's paid. He's holed up in the Ratway Warrens. Hardly ever leaves them. Crazy old coot from what I've heard. For that to stand out down here, he must really be off his nut. He's holed up in the Ratway Warrens. Be careful. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. Mm-hmm.
There's the place. Kill her. Kill her. Don't you see? Just a scratch.
finally understand what it all means. What it was all for. The killing and the dying.
Go away, go away, go away! Hey!
What was that?
Go away! What? No, that's not me. I'm not Esbern. I don't know what you're talking about. Delphine? How do you... So you finally found her. And she led you to me. And here I am, caught like a rat in a trap. Ah, indeed. Delphine really is alive, then. You'd better come in, then, and tell me how you found me, and what you want. This'll just take a moment.
Yes.
This one always stops. There we go.
No more. I yield, I yield.
Only a couple more. There we are. Come in. Make yourself at home. That's better. Now we can talk. So, Delphine keeps up the fight. I thought she'd have realized it's hopeless by now. I tried to tell her, yes. Haven't you figured it out yet? What more needs to happen before you all wake up? Alduin has returned, the dragon from the dawn of time, who devour... No one can escape his hunger. Here or in the afterlife, Alduin will devour all things, and the world will end. I tried to tell them. They wouldn't listen. Fools. It's all come true. All I could do was watch our doom. Yes. You see, you know, but you refuse to understand. Oh yes, it's all been foretold. Only a dragonborn can stop him. It seems that the gods have grown tired of us. They've left us to our fate as the plaything of Alduin. What? You? Then there is hope. The gods have not. We must go, quickly now. But give me just a moment. I must gather a few things. We should keep moving. No useless trash. Where'd I put my annotated annuad? One moment. I know time is of the essence, but mustn't leave secrets for the Thalmor. That's one. More I must bring. Well, I guess that's good enough. Let's be off.
Wasn't my imagination.
Somebody help! Help!
You should not have... Careful.
It's one thing to say you've got the skills to be a thief. It's another to actually use them.
Even if you're one of us, you better not make trouble. Come on in. Let me know if you need anything. Or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
Delphine. Why, it's good to see you. It's been a long time.
It's good to see you too, Esbern. Let's see what Esbern has to say. The Blades have always guarded and guided the Dragonborn, but we'd forgotten. Now our purpose is clear. I'm all that's left of the Blades, and you're the... Together, we're going to stop these dragons if we have to put every last one of them back in the ground. The Thalmor happened. They've been hunting down every blade they can find for the past... Thanks to the White Gold Concordat, they've been able to operate throughout the Empire with impunity. The Great War. Only 30 years passed and already ancient history to look. Seems to me like it just ended. But to answer your question, the White Gold Concordat was the fancy name they put on the peace treaty between the Empire. It ended the war and saved the Empire to fight another day. Also trampled on the sacred name of Talos, and gave the Thalmor free rein to stamp out Talos worship throughout the Empire. There's no simple answer to that. You want the long version or the short version? They're the rulers of the Aldmeri Dominion, what used to be the imperial provinces of Somerset Isle, and the Thalmor take the arrogance of high elves to the extreme. They believe they are the rightful rulers. For a century or more, the Thalmor had been picking away at the empire. Valenwood was the first, then the province of Elsewhere. But even the Blades didn't see the Great War coming. We underestimated the Thalmor, and they destroyed us. Well, then, you made it safe and sound. Good. Come on, I have a place we can talk. Orgnar, hold down the bar for a minute, will you?
Yeah, sure.
This way.
We got rooms and food. Drink, too. I cook. Ain't much else to tell.
Now then, I assume you know about...
Oh yes, Dragon Ball. Indeed, yes. Oh, this changes everything, of course. There's no time to lose. We must locate. Let me show you. I know I had it here somewhere.
Esbern, what?
Give me just a moment. You see, right here, Skyhaven Temple. Construct around one of the main Akaviri military camps in the Reach during their conquest of Skyrim.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Shh! This is where they built Aldrin's Wall, to set down in stone all their accumulated dragon lore. A hedge against the forgetfulness of centuries. A wise and foresighted policy in the event. Despite the far-reaching fame of Aldrin's Wall at the time, one of the wonders of the ancient world, its location was lost.
Esbern, what are you getting at?
You mean, you don't mean to say you haven't heard of Aldrin's Wall? Either of you?
Let's pretend we haven't. What's Alduin's Wall, and what does it have to do with stopping the dragons?
Aldrin's Wall was where the ancient Blades recorded all they knew of Alduin and his return. Part history, part prophecy. His location has been lost for centuries, but I have found it again. Not lost, you see, just forgotten. The Blades' archives held so many secrets. I was only able to save a few scraps.
So you think that Alduin's Wall will tell us how to defeat Alduin?
Well, yes, but there's no guarantee.
Skyhaven Temple it is then. I knew you'd have something for us, Esbern.
Uh-oh.
We're getting close. Let's keep moving.
Be careful.
Hold on. What was that?
I wasn't looking for trouble.
Get this over with.
This looks promising.
Yes, definitely early Akaviri stonework here.
We've got to get this bridge down. These pillars must have something to do with it.
Yes, these are Akaviri symbols. Here, let's see. You have the symbol for king and warrior, and of course the symbol for dragon. That's the one that appears to have a sort of arrow shape pointing downward at the bottom. Yes, that's it. The symbol on the pillar on the left. Given that Skyhaven Temple was sealed against the return of the Dragon Ball, I will try turning all the pillars to that symbol.
We must be getting close. We should proceed cautious.
We should be careful. There's no telling what traps and wards the ancient blades may have set. We'd best be careful in here.
Whatever you did, it worked. Let's see what those old blades left in our way. Looks safe now. Let's move.
Yes, yes. I think we must be close to the entrance. Here's the blood seal, another of the lost Akaviri arts. No doubt triggered by, well, blood. Your blood, Dragonborn. Look here. You see how the ancient blades revered we would sear it in?
Carved seal on the floor. It's coming to life. After you, Dragonborn. You should have the honor of being the first to see it.
I've never seen a finer example of early Second Era Akaviri sculpture and relief.
We need information, not a lecture on artistry.
Yes, let's see. Look, here is Alduin. This panel goes back to the beginning of time, when Alduin and the Dragon Cult ruled over Skyrim. Here, the humans rebelled against the Dragon Lord, the legendary Dragon War. Alduin's defeat is the centerpiece of the war. You see, here is falling from the sky. The Nord Tones, masters of the voice, are arrayed against him.
So does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here?
Ah, patience, my dear. The Akaviri were not a straightforward people. Everything is couched in allegory and mythic symbolism. Yes, yes. This here, coming from the mouths of the North Hills. This is the Akaviri symbol for shout, but there's no way to know what shout is meant.
You mean they used a shout to defeat Alduin? You're sure?
Oh, yes. Presumably something rather specific to dragons. Or even Alduin himself. Remember,
This is where they recorded all the news of Old Wind and Turn.
So we're looking for a shout then. Damn it. You ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky? I was afraid you were going to. I guess there's nothing for it. We'll have to ask the Greybeards for help. I hope to avoid involving them in this, but we have no other choice. If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky, or whatever it is they do. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it. Think about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War, or done anything about Alduin? No. And they're afraid of you, of your power. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards? Only if you don't know how to use it. All the great heroes have had to learn to use their... those that shrank from their destiny. Well, you... And there are the villains, those that misused their power. There's always a choice. But if you live in fear of what might go wrong, you'll end up doing nothing. Like the Greybeards up on their mountain. Right. Good thing they've already let you into their little cult. Not likely they'd help Esbern or me if we came calling. We'll look around Skyhaven Temple and see what else the old blades might have left for us. It's a better Talos guard you.
Look, in the third map, the prophecy was brought together. Your training proceeds well, Dragonborn. You have learned so much already, Dragonborn. But there are many words of power in Skyrim carved in the dragon. Finding these lost words would be sufficient. We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found. He was a great war leader of the ancient Nords. After the disaster at Red Mountain, where the Nord army was annihilated, he finally came to realize that the gods had punished the Nords for that. He was the first to understand that the voice should be used solely for the glory, and Jurgen Windcaller's mastery of the voice eventually overcame all opposition. Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to? The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes? No, of course not. Forgive me, but heed my warning. The Blades may say they serve the Dragonborn, but they do not. They never have. No, I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it. It is called Dragonrend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice. But not Dragonrend. The knowledge of that shout was lost in the time before. Perhaps only its creators ever knew it. But I am not the one to speak of it to you. It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hate. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself. Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses. He is our leader. He surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice. He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the... He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see, only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax. Dovahkiin. The path to Paarthurnax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way. Look. grant you my understanding of clear skies. This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well. Clear skies will blow away the mist, but only for a time. The path to Parthenax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly. Keep moving, stay focused on your goal, and you will reach the summit.
Look! 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 Look!
Drem Yolok. Greetings, Wundernik. I am Parthenax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain? I am as my father Akatosh made me, as are you, Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude? Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first moment. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin. The word calls you. Go to it. I have spoken. A gift, Dovahkiin. You'll understand fire as the Dove do. But as Dova.
Roll?
Ah, yes. Sosedo Vrostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind. So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a Jor, mortal. Even for one of Dovahsos. What would you ask of me? I have expected you would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No, you seek your Alduin Comet Tid. What else would you seek? Alduin and Dovahkiin return together. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragon. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend. Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum? Yes, Alduin, Zembach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping. But why? Why must you stop Alduin? Pruzha, as good a reason as any. There are many who... Some would say that all things must end. Perhaps this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa? Lin Vokin? Would you stop the next world from being born? Paz. Rolfus. Maybe you only balance the forces that worked. Even we who ride the currents of time cannot see past time's end. Those who try to hasten the end may delay it. Those who work to delay the end. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monaven? True, but few now remember that this was the very spot where Alduin was defeated by the ancient tongues. Varucht Unslad. Perhaps none but me now remember how he was defeated. Yes and no. Viknuzny Karon. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, the Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin. But it was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time. How to explain in your tongue? The Dove have words for such things. It is an artifact from outside time. It does not exist, but it... The Kelle, Elder Scrolls as you name them, they have often been used for profit. But this is only a small part of their power. Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be... I knew better. Tidbo Amati. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. Tid Krent. Time was. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast... You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it. Crosis, no. I know little of what has passed below in the long years. You are likely better informed than I. Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way. Return it here to the Tid Ahran. Then... But I believe the scroll's bond with the Tid Ahran will allow you Then you will feel... No, you will see them. Wuthfadon, my friends, Haken, Gormlaith, Feldir. The first mortals that I taught the Thum, the first tongues, the leaders of the rebellion against us. They were mighty in their day, even to attempt to defeat Alduin. Sahrot Hun. The Nords have had many heroes since, but Vormendok, I do not know. Perhaps in the very deep... The Dove are children of Akatosh. Thus, we are specially attuned. I warned them against such a rash action. Even I could not foresee its consequences. Yes, there were a few of us that rebelled against Alduin's Thur, his tyranny. But they did not trust us. Ni-Ov. Their inner councils were... I was far from here on the day of Alduin's downfall. But all Dove felt the sundering of time itself. I cannot tell you in detail. It was said to force a dragon to experience the concept of mortality. A truly I have taught the way of the voice for centuries. But no, Dovahkiin. Others do not come here to train anymore. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their... Knowing a word of power is... Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer. Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? What word calls you to deeper understanding? There are 3 to master. Fus. It is called force in your tongue. But as you push the world, So, think of the way force may be applied effortlessly. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum arc mora. You will push the world harder than it pushes back. Drem Yolok, greetings.